starting Monday. And I'm excited. Told you a minute ago, I'm excited about Monday, not only because the rain's moving out, but also because it starts our downhill run heading to the playoffs. You blink your eyes, and we're fixing to play Game 5. This season's half over, and so that kind of gets you where now it's time for us to get focused on the end run and what we've got to do to improve this football team and make us the best team that we can be by Game 9 and 10. We pretty much got our personnel changes made. We've got everybody in the position we believe they need to be in. What we got to do starting Monday is try to get better at each position and get ready for this end run and fix the things that we're doing wrong. One good thing about playing a Colbert County team is if you make mistakes, they'll take advantage of them. And so coming out of this game, we will have an idea of what we're doing good, what we're doing bad, and what we need to improve on for this end run. The identity of this football team, we were talking about it. Everybody knows Gary Rabbit. And Gary and I were talking about it. Gary said, Coach, I just can't understand. He said, we don't have any enthusiasm. And it's a team, it's a strange feeling. They're not a highly emotional team. And when you look at them personality-wise, you take kids like Ben Norwood. Ben Norwood is definitely a lunchbox kid. He's going to punch in his clock, punch in the time clock, do his job, and do it right. And Ben's gotten better each week. Jay Gardner's not a fiery kind of guy. He's just a hard-nosed, do his job. And, you start going down our list, our personalities aren't that way. And each team's got its own personality. And, going into a game like tonight, that's kind of a comforting, or our confidence thing is know that they're not playing on emotion. They're playing on good technique, good football, doing what they're supposed to do. And so it's not the roller coaster, that sometimes you get into with an emotional team. So that's kind of a good thing that we got, and that's their personality. Now on the flip side, you got people on defense like J.R. White and Tyler Spann, and those guys are a little more emotional. And one guy playing lights out for us right now is Ryan Goodley at safety. And so there's a little bit more emotion on the defensive side, but the offensive side,
probably really where you'd want it.
Yeah. And so offense, they got to keep their heads and do their jobs. Defense, we can have a little bit more head popping and stuff. So it's a fun team to be around, Jimmy. I tell you, and people get tired of me talking about them, but they're definitely a pleasure to coach and a pleasure to be around, and a good ambassador for our city.
Well, Coach, first time I've popped this question on you this year, and you'll hear it every week. Now, bottom line, the Deshler Tigers tonight come out with a victory on the road at CT Manley Stadium.
We've got to weather the storm at the beginning. Colbert County, to take a phrase from Coach Bracey, going to come out madder than a saber-toothed bullfrog. And they're going to be absolutely sky-high, emotional, and knowing that this could turn their season. This could be the game that turns their season into a positive thing. And so we're going to have to weather that at the beginning. We're going to have to control the football. It's not fun to not make mistakes and keep them from making big plays when they have the football. The more snaps they take, the better our chances are in tonight's ball game.
Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
You've been listening to
It's Deshler Tiger football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
Welcome back. Ready to kick off. Jimmy Gardner along with Keith Coach, Tim Valentine, captains for the Tigers, Evan Ferguson, Chris May, Matt Blazer, D'Anthony Summerhill. The Indians have won the toss and elected to receive the football to begin
Number 16,
this ball game.
Henry
Caleb Henry will kick
Number
toward the
4,
south as this stadium lies north to south here on the campus of Colbert County High School. Keith, I don't know about you, but everybody's saying this is a down Colbert County team this year. Boy, they look impressive. They're big. They look like they've got their normal fast guys. And just looking as we talked some in the pregame, we got players standing up right against that brick wall. Yeah, in the water. Yeah. So Coach John Mother says khaki pants are muddy all the way to the middle shin right now before the game even starts. So it's going to be a slobber knocker tonight. Here we go. Caleb Henry with a kickoff. High end over end kick will be fielded at the 8-yard line. They picked it up now. For Deshler, so good job, Charles Jackson, Matrix Stewart had fumbled it at the 10 and picked it up and had it pulled off to the races. And just to let you people know, just real quick, he's listed at 5'5", 165. And He is. I think he's a big guy, but he's short and quick-footed. We just saw a game on television a couple of weeks ago where several 5'6", 5'7" running backs doing a job in Division I play, so it can be done. High formation for Chandler Sartain, the freshman quarterback. He fumbles his nose, and it falls on it at the 41-yard line, off a yard. So bobble exchange, and we may be seeing quite a bit of that tonight. Yeah, the only advantage the teams that should have been able to practice on a wet field about a week because it's been raining. Here comes the drop ball for the Indians on second, and we'll call it 13 after about a 3-yard loss back to the 40 for the Tigers. Ferguson, May, Hilton Mills, Matt Blazer, then across the linebacking core of Tyler Spann, Dylan Boston, and J.R. White. And your defensive secondary, Jamel Morris, Ryan Goodlow, Dion Ballou, and Jonathan Bates. That's your Deshler 11. High formation on penalty play. Actually, Jackson is in there. Carl Jackson in there at safety right now. Or Bates, I guess. Jonathan Bates. We'll have to check on that. That's where we missed him. We offsides now against the Tigers on second down. So give it right back to Colbert County Indians, Deshler, and it'll be second down and 8 now. So turn a 3-yard loss on the fumble with a penalty into a 2-yard gain. Here comes Sartain. He hustled over to the sideline and got the ear of Cody Gross, and he's back out there. High formation once again. They're going to obviously try to keep this ball on the ground and milk the clock tonight on this soggy field. They're going to pitch to Stewart. Great play, J.R. White to shoot Charles Jackson from the outside, so making his presence known. He's got that cast off kids. He says, I'm ready to play. We've been calling that for a couple of weeks. He's just one of those players you can tell as he walks around out there. He's just a football player. Third down 7 after about a yard gain. Ball at the 47-yard line after the good kickoff return by Stewart. 10:41 at Colbert County on their opening possession. Full-man front for the Tigers. Single receiver out to the right. He's uncovered as of right now. Now Blue hustles out to get him. Slot man to the left. The Colbert County jump. And that will take them up. So a few nerves here in the early going of this mid-season classic. Key to bring up a 3rd and 11. So that's a big play right there. Where it's on the field like we tell it's going to be hard to pass. Interesting to see how Sartain does throw the ball, being an 9th grader, and then adding to it the bad field conditions. So it's 3rd and 11. We'll call it maybe 12 yards to go for Colbert County. So you take that chance this early in the game to put it in the air. I think there's safe passes that you can throw like a tight end across the middle if he's not there, touch it down. You know, so 2 receivers, one out to either side for Sartain, high formation. Quick snap, he'll give it to the big fullback, and he's got Ferguson there to wrap him up after a couple of yards. So Deshler defense holds on the opening possession of the game. It'll be 4th and 10. Colbert County bombs at the 43-yard line. Yeah, he's going to be a load. That's Chris Johnson checking in at 5'10", 212, but a big right there. 29 draft for Colbert County tonight, folks, and they are some big ones, especially across that defensive front.
Input formation.
Now an odd formation here. Watch for a fake punt as they've got 3 receivers, and now they're going to punt it away from Dion Ballou. It'll take a roll. Ballou kind of kicks up the 32-yard line. Dion Ballou to the 44-yard line. So 4-yard return on the bounce. Ballou hustled over there and caught it just before it went out of bounds on the far sideline. Really an odd punt formation. If you think about it, they kicked 3 guys out to the left like 5 guys in the middle, put 3 guys in front of the punter, but then kicked it to the right of the field. They take from the coverage. 1st and 10 now. Don't be surprised if the Tigers come out in a wildcat formation tonight, and they do indeed. Parker Wright splits out to the left, and it's shotgun formation for Ballou, and he's going to keep it around the right end. Dion Ballou tries to jump hurdle the traffic, and he'll be stopped for about a 3-yard gain out over the 45 near the 47-yard line. So bring Big Dylan Boston and Ben Norwood in there, double wing, and hike it to Ballou and let him run behind him. Yeah, look for Dion to play a little bigger role this week. I think he was a little banged up after the Rogers game. Tried to cool him down a little bit, let him get his feet under him and look for him. Across the center, then Zach, Rashad Thompson, Evan Ferguson on the right side, and Blazer and May on the left. Once again, shotgun. Here comes Jonathan Bates in motion. He's going to hit Bates on a penalty route down the left-hand side, and he'll be stopped for only a couple of yard gain.
Number 2,
So
Jonathan
may have a
Bates on the
procedure
carry.
call now against the Deshler Tigers as Summerhill and Gardner check into the game for Deshler. Let's wait on the call. It is illegal procedure, so I think definitely this is a case of nerves on both sides of the football. Yeah, both teams are just trying to get off big, and like you said, just jumping a little bit, a little anxious. Not the packed house that we're accustomed to seeing. Got the fair in town, then the threat of bad weather looming over us tonight, although the skies are clear at kickoff. Let's just get about a 2-point game with 5 minutes. Look up when I said it'll be standing 5 deep. Great crowd on hand, but just not the packed house we sometimes think. Second down and 12 for the Tigers. This time Parker Wright back under center. Blue out of wing and face. Blue in motion. They'll give it to Dion around the right side. He's looking for running right. Pull back and throw a pass, but like you said, just hesitated, turned it up, and I've said it so many times this year, you'll get tired of hearing his speed. Just unbelievable. They had a guy on a dead run, and he wasn't even, Colbert tried. He was coming to the 30 in. He was coasting folks, and Blazer with a huge block on the play, pulled the guard on the jet right there, and Parker Wright just turns around, hands it to him from his motion position, and here comes an important extra point off the foot of Caleb Henry. Marsh has got it down, and Caleb Henry has it straight through the uprights, and your score was 2-6 remaining in the first quarter behind a 57-yarder by Dion Blue. It's Deshler 7, Colbert County nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog. Back after this 30-second timeout.
It's Deshler Tiger Football on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
Welcome back to CT Manley Stadium. Dion Blue electrifies the crowd early, and I'm sure that makes my good friend, Miss Ernestine Carter, real happy at home, Keith. She's a faithful Tiger follower each and every week. Just a great lady, a precious woman. You can just see the smile, always smiling. Every time I see her, just always in the best mood. She always lifts my day, and I want to say a big Tiger hello to her tonight. And we're glad you're with us, Miss Ernestine Carter. Now, Henry set to kick off for the second time. Remember, Demetri Stewart looms at his 5-yard line. Almost broke the first kickoff by Henry. 7-0 Tigers. Dion Blue carried it twice on a 3-play drive of 56 yards. And then after the penalty, ended up with a 57-yard touchdown. Henry will kick it deep. It'll be fielded at the 10 by the Upback. He'll bring it on the right. Good ball. Grabs him up to the 23-yard line. Here's play by the Ryan Goodman. Just falls through a blocker. The wrap up the running back for Colbert County, Ryan Carpenter. Yeah, good job by Caleb Henry. Also kicking it off to the far side over here. Kicking it away from Stewart, and then we hemmed him in over there. Going back to the run by Blue. He's that smart kid that know his footing, can get away from him the time his turn. Just he looked like he was at half speed, and I was about to get on to him for looping, and then he just turns on the afterburner. Yeah, I heard a coach say last night that Hardy for Ole Miss, his 80% is better than a lot of countries. Yeah. Well, it'll be a pass, but you have to look faster than it's illegal procedure against Colbert County. We'll back them up inside their own 20 to begin this second drive of the ball game.
Start is the call against the Indians. That is a 5-yard
folks, they
penalty.
believe in a concession stand now at CT Manley. They got the smoke rolling all the way down. I didn't know if that was the Indians. They did Hopsticks right out there. No hamburgers, boy. Here we go. First and 15 for Colbert County. Now, one factor, if they do get behind, he's not a good catch-up team as Colbert County, although they have shown some big play capability, giving to the fullback nothing doing. Dylan Boston on the top of the pile, but there's a man underneath there, and that is Chris May for the Deshler Tigers. Yeah, early on, Deshler doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. Colbert County trying to run up the middle. They get behind by a couple, 2 or 3 scores, and hard to come back.
Second down and 14
in the
for the
offense,
try
they're
to the
running
20-yard
special on
line.
this field, so Good job, Deshler Tigers getting out in front in this ball game. This time high formation behind Sartain. One wide receiver to the left. Now the slot man comes in motion to the left. Pitch to Stewart around the right side. And Charles Jackson and another penalty flag, I believe. Once again, Colbert County. Well, let's wait on it. The guy coming in motion turned up a little quick. He's going to take his time telling us. It is illegal procedure against the Indians. Back them up 5 more yards, and it's something they cannot afford to do against the number 4 ranked team in the state of Alabama. Because you're already looking here at a second, at least 20, about 22, it looks like.
After the mark off, second down and 19.
For the Tigers, Charles Jackson in there getting the nod, giving Dion Blue a break, and that's what we were talking about. Charles Jackson's going to provide a lot of that if he doesn't beat somebody out by the end of the year. He's in there at 60. Going to pitch it to Stewart around the left side. Evan Ferguson does a good job turning him in, and then Dylan Boston and running a good ball there to trip him up. So Stewart goes for about 3 yards, make it third down, and about 19 to go for the Colbert County Indians ball at their own 17-yard line with the Tigers on top by a touchdown. Yeah, good job that time, Evan, just doing his responsibility, turning the runner up inside, let the linebackers come over and make the tackle. He had the big guy on him that time. Maurice Booker, he's the tight end, and Ferguson held him pretty well. He hit him out away from his body with his hands, and that's what the defensive lineman is taught to do. Wide receiver out to the right side. Lenoris Willingham has not tried him yet. And a fumble snap. Let's see who can follow. It looks like the Indians have it, and they'll be forced to punt it away. I believe in that situation, Jimmy, your center is just...
They'll be tackled by number 49.
But their center got hurt this week, their normal center. So I believe you're just having a situation where you've got a new center in there, and people take that for granted. So many times the center and quarterback exchange, but I've been on there. Tommy Mercier to punt for the Indians, just standing about his own 6-yard line again. 3 men split to the left, then 4 down linemen and 3 blocking backs. Got a good snap. They're going to kick it to the right again, and Ballou will have a chance to fit it on home. He does it at the 48-yard line. Dion Ballou trips up on a good open field tackle, and that's the tight end on Lenoris Willingham. And you can see exhibited there, Keith. He's the wide receiver, but now he has to go down on the kickoff as well. Yeah, and as we heard the coaches say in the pregame, we're hoping as the game wears on, even though it is a little bit humid out here, it's not a hot night, but still to play every down, offense, defense, go down on spot, kickoff, kick return. Against an athletic team, you let your athletes play, and Dion Blue has been all over this offense tonight, at least in the early going. Wing T set, Gardner and Summerhill. Bates in motion. They'll give to Jay Gardner on the right side, and he'll spin and turn his way for about 4 yards. Inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, making second down and 6 now for the Deshler Tigers. Yeah, we've been spread at the first few plays. That time went back more to the traditional wing tee, starting to try to establish line of scrimmage, get our fullback going. Second down, 6 yards to go for the Tigers. Is Rashad Thompson Norwood on the right side, Blazer and May on the left side for Parker Wright. Summerhill split out to the right side now. And at full snap, it was Ballou under center, and Ballou is stuck under center. And once again, I think it may be the last time we see him under center, because I think we fumbled it about 5 times out of 7 snaps. So, third down now, and about 7 to go after the loss on the play. He was just going to do a simple rollout that time. He had already pulled out. You can already see him starting around he's much comfortable fielding it out of that shotgun formation. Third down and 7 at the 44-yard line of the Indians. 7-0 Tigers. It's their second possession of the night. Ballou at a 57-yard jump to begin the game. Right under center. Bates in motion. Ballou split to the left side. They'll give to Gardner over the left side, and not much doing there. Ground and pound goes for a couple, but not much more. And the Indian defense holds. And the Tigers will have to punt it away. So a little conservative there for Coach Jared Helms here with 3:58 to go. I think probably the thinking is right there. Don't do anything because we'll punt them deep. And then, like I said, they've already fumbled at least 4, I think. Quarterback center exchanges. So So deep will be Willingham, North Willingham for the Indians.
Willingham is deep
And
number
he's
C.
reluctant to go deep. They're thinking fake right here, I believe. Here comes a snap. It's a good one. Not much rush. And Caleb Henry gets off a pretty punt. Will be fielded at about the 12-yard line by Lord Willingham, and he's running backwards. And he breaks it.
Willingham on the return. He'll be tackled by number 22.
But 3 missed tackles on Willingham. Yeah, just a great individual effort by Willingham right there. He took it at about the 10. He played like a back to the right, almost to the 5. And he made one guy miss him about the 5. But then we had 3 guys coming up about the 15. He just cut 20 on 3 of them. He just turned it 10, and that's where that field comes into play. You know where you're going. So Willingham will split out to the right side, 1st and 10. Indians in pretty good field position up to their own 37-yard line. They'll give it to Stewart and nothing doing against that Tiger defensive front.
Stewart on the turn.
Stewart will have maybe a couple of yards.
They'll be tackled by number 6, James White.
Got about 5 yards, so good job to Mitchell Stewart. 5-5. Of course, he used it. I think Chris May actually thought he had him. He looked at his arms and he was gone. 2:53 to go, first quarter, 7-0. Tigers on top. Colbert County on their 3rd possession. They've been able to do nothing so far. No first downs in the game by the Indians. Again, Power set, 2 blocking backs to the left side, and they'll give it to Stewart, and he'll pile in there. And this time they say, don't squirt through here. And he's got maybe a yard out to the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, and about 4.5, 5 yards to go for Colbert County, trailing by score. Sort of as we figured here, Jimmy, sort of muddling around. Deshler, actually, we've got no first down, but the 57-yard touchdown run. And Colbert County doesn't have any first down with 2 punts. So for 2 minutes to go, and with the exception of us making the long run, neither team's ground out any first down. 3rd down, and we'll call it 5 yards for Colbert County. Slow now getting out of the huddle. They may need a timeout here to avoid the delay of game. They're under center. And we have a penalty play. It's a delay of game unless they get the timeout. And they do grant Coach Cody Groves the timeout. With your score 7-0, Deshler on top. We'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog back in 30 seconds.
Athlete.
Top 7-0, and on the soggy field at CT Manley Stadium, Farley. Want to remind you, 710-5843. Should we have difficulty during the game, call 710-5843. We've on a cell phone, folks. The battery could go down on us. This is our first time on the cell phone, but we'll be cranked back up if we do go off the air, so no worries. 3rd down and 5 after the timeout for Colbert County. Ball at their own 43-yard line, trailing 7-0 to the visiting Deshler Tigers. And now the scoreboard has gone blank. And I believe the officials have decided to wait it out. And we'll take another quick 30-second break. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog.
The good people.
Welcome back. Still waiting on the scoreboard to be turned back on. I want to take this time to say a big Tiger thank you to Miss Selena Inman and the Keller Outpatient Therapy Group. Keith, man, I was working out here today, my back, I was devastated, and I've been to see Dr. John Young at North Alabama Bone and Joint, and Selena Inman taking care of me 2 days. I'm on my feet.
Indians from the 43-yard line.
350 pounds on that big side. Here we go. Formation 13 attempt his first pass at the wide one, and it's overthrown. Adam Mann, good coverage on Ryan Goodlow out to the far side, but a good little throw from Sartain, but it goes incomplete, and the Indians will have to punt 4th and 5. But I just want to tell all the folks out there, Keller Welfare Center, Keller Outpatient Therapy, great place if you need. 4th down, now Colbert County there on the 70. It's 3rd part of the night for Tommy Mercer. And he'll stand now. The Indians split out, look maybe for a fake. Tigers have it covered. And now we'll have a timeout, I believe. No flag is called. I think Coach Mothershed called timeout, I think. Let's wait on another official conference. 1:08 to go in the first period, 7-0. Tigers on top. 4th and 5. We had a little trouble with the clock the last couple of plays. Trying to get that sorted out. And the official, 1 minute and 23 seconds. It says 1:08. Must have kept it running after the incomplete pass. And that's one of the things that Coach Mothershed wants in this ball game is a long game. Keep them on the field, so he doesn't want 15 free seconds to get off the clock for the Indians. I hope there's not 15 left when they got a last second drive. Here comes the shift, and the Tigers cover it well. He's waiting to get set. Now a good snap, not much rush, and he's going to punt it this time right at Ballou, who will call for the fair catch at the 32-yard line. So Dion Ballou fields it at the 32, and that's where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 on their 3rd possession of the night, leading 7-0 behind a 57-yard run around the right end by Dion Ballou. Good discipline there, Jimmy, by the specialty teams. I mean, they had a 4th and 5, so they tried to shift their guys open. You know, in high school, all you have to do is step across the line and hoping we would jump offside and give them a first down. We've had 5 fumbles on the night, but neither team has lost a fumble. So 1st and 10, Deshler Parker right under center with Ballou split to the left side. Here comes Summerhill in motion up, giving Gardner over the right side. He's pushing forward. He'll have a good first down gain out over the 35 to the 36-yard line. A 3.5-yard gain for Gardner, giving 2nd down and about 6 to go for Deshler. Yeah, big hit there by Chris Johnson and also the tailback Dimitri Stewart in there. Passed a good lick for Coffee County.
Gain on the play.
And we really had Jonathan Bates coming on for the Tigers. More offensive threats are lurking for Deshler. You got Ballou, then of course Summerhill and Gardner having great years so far, and then now Jonathan Bates also. This time he'll give it to Summerhill around the right end. He turns it up, and he'll have it to the 40. About 3 yards for D'Anthony Summerhill on his first carry of the night. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 to go now for Coach Jared Ham. The interesting call here. 3rd and 2 at our own 40, leading by touchdown with his last play of the first quarter loom.
You're looking for a first down right here. With the exception, you know, like I said, it's a long first run.
3rd down and 3 for the Tigers
2 to go.
from the 40-yard
We're
line.
going to let it go to the quarter end, or
Let's see if they elect to. I don't believe they've got that much time. Under 9 seconds. Yeah, they could let it run out. And let's see if he indeed does. 8 seconds on the play clock. And that will be the end of the first quarter of play with the Tigers 7. The Indians nothing. You're listening to Tiger football on the Big Top back after the 30 seconds timeout.
Since 1930.
Welcome back to CT Manley Stadium. 7-0 Tigers on top after a quarter. In other games around the area, Florence leading Austin 7-0. Athens leading Brooks 7-0. St. Paul's leading Russell 3-0. And Mother Shoals on top of Wilson 6-0. Those are all after 1 quarter of play around the area. Now to begin play in the 2nd quarter, Micah Crump, Matt Blazer, Jason Zack, Chris May, Rashad Thompson, Ben Norwood,
To begin the second
Dion
quarter.
Ballou, Jay Gardner, D'Anthony Summerhill, Parker Ronnie. That's your Deshler 11. In motion goes Ballou, and they'll hand it to Gardner. He can't get anywhere. It's stacked up and driven back on 3rd and 2. Nothing to it through the Indians over the left side. And the Tigers will be forced to punt. The ball at their own 40-yard line. He just ran into a wall blank right at the line. That may be the first game I've watched in a while without a first down in the first quarter. So good defense by the Colbert County Indians, and that was one of the concerns for Coach John Mothershed coming in was the defensive play calling of Coach Bill Hyde, the great one. And it's 4th and 2 for Deshler, ball at their own 40-yard line. This time, the North Willingham, remember, he returned 135 yards on his first one. Henry will take a pretty spiral out of there. Willingham has it on the run there. Running room in midfield. The North Willingham inside the Tiger territory. So a big gain of only 8 yards on the run for the Deshler Tigers. And the Indians Indians will be in business on this fourth possession of the night, but they are yet to have a first down against the stingy Deshler defense, and you already see
After a
Lenore
20-yard
Willingham
return,
cramping
first
up
and
on the
10 for
field,
the
folks.
Indians.
With only a minute gone in the second
38-yard line.
quarter, he's having to come out of the ball game with a cramp in his right hamstring. So, in for him checked Antonio Little, a 5'9" sophomore. First and 10.
Nice play by Ryan Goodlow, Jimmy. That must have made him got past 10. The last man was the kicker on this side.
First and 10, ball to Tiger 48. In motion comes the shift. And Sartain going to pitch it to Stewart around the left hand. He's the Stewart, we may have a hold against Colbert County, but a 7-yard gain out inside the 45 to the 43 with Stewart. And let's wait on him.
Jimmy, I didn't catch the number, but somebody had a hold of Tyler Spann over there and just wrestling him yet. And that's the reason the play went. He was trying to get outside, turn it in, and the guy just had a hold of his shoulder pad.
So the Indians kicking themselves tonight much of the way. They've had 4 fumbles and all recovered by them, but they've also had 5 penalties on the night. And this one, a 10-yard mark-off, backs it up to their own 42-yard line. First and 20 now, Colbert County with Deshler leading 7-0 on a 57-yard run by Dion Ballou.
Yeah, you get away with that sometimes on the interior. Out on that corner, when you're out on an island by yourself, you got a little more careful where you stick your hands and if you extend your hands out.
First and 20, high formation with Little split to the right side. Jamel Morris has single coverage on him. Sartain to throw. He's looking now. Big run trying to get it away and incomplete. But Sartain wisely dumps it out of bounds and lives to play another down. Second down and 20 now from the 42-yard line.
Just good coverage that time. They tried to hit a man in the flat about a 5-yard out, but had a Deshler defender draped all over him, so he looked downfield, but his receiver going long was off the
After
coverage.
incompletion,
When these
second
flags
down
across the
and 20
ground of
for the
water,
Indians.
come bouncing up off
From
the
the
turf that
42-yard
time
line.
for Sartain. Good pressure by Hilton Mills for the Tigers. Second down, 20 to go. Tigers on top by the score. High formation. Here comes a big player. He's going to make a one.
Ryan Goodlow makes the stop for the Tigers.
Great runs for it, but too many times this year they've got
sometimes the teenagers just want to come up in the middle of the line and make a hit.
Somebody's got to stay back and watch. That's about the 3rd time this year that
He was wide open, and Sartain did a good job of throw.
First and 10, Indians in business. You let them hang around here, folks, and see T. Manley
yard
Stadium.
gain.
Keith,
First
exactly
and
what
10
you
from the
said will
15.
happen. This place will come together. And on first and 10, Stewart around the right side, and it looks like another flag on the play.
That was Colbert County's first down on that play right there. They came out of the power set that time. Jimmy had 2
against the Indians. That's a 5-yard penalty.
with Stewart behind them. It looked like from what they're on the 15, looks like they were just going to try to grind it down and push it in, but the tailback jumped.
And you think that word won't travel fast, that you can beat that Tiger secondary by faking the run. It is a hard press, yeah. And it shows up on film, and all the coaches see it. So first and 15 after the mark-off back to the 20-yard line.
After the
Tigers up by
mark-off,
a
first
touchdown
and
for Colbert
15
County
for the
Christian.
Indians from the 20-yard line.
Willingham somehow, he is still limping around out there, but making the plays, folks. First down, this time Sartain under a big rush, going to have a man wide open, and he can't get it to him.
The pass
Wide open in the
being
middle of the
Demetrius
football
Stewart
field.
falls incomplete.
Was Demetrius
Number
Stewart,
11,
and boy, we
Jamel
may be in
Morris
need of a
in coverage
timeout
for the
to
Tigers.
get some defensive backs on some Colbert County Indians.
Yeah, you could give a lot of credit that time to Chris May, because if they would have given the quarterback time to throw that time, like you said, down the middle of the field, he had a guy wide open, and Chris May was just all over him.
They're all talking to each other.
Yeah, I hope they get somebody stay back.
Second and 15 at the 20, and John Mothershed will call timeout. He's played enough. 9:51 to go in the first half. Dexter Deshler 7, Colbert County nothing. You're
Hey,
listening to
folks,
Tiger
we'd like to
football
thank
on the
even
Big
more
Dog.
of the
Big ball game here from CT Manley, 7-0. Tigers on top of the Indians threatening at the 20. A couple of, or at least one big pass play, and they had a man wide open at the 5 just a second ago, but a big rush by Chris May, and the ball
out of
went
the timeout.
incomplete.
Second down
And it
and
was
15
actually
for
Coach
the
Cody
Tigers.
Gross that called the timeout, not John Muschamp, but I know Coach Muschamp was glad to have it. High formation. Here comes the give to the fullback, and just nothing against that Tiger front. It's Evan
Johnson
Burks,
on
the
the
first
carry.
man on the scene, and Dylan
By
Boston
number
wrapped
6,
him up
James
with Ilka
White.
Mills and Chris May. Third down and 13 to go. Ball at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, huge play right here
The play
for
will
Colbert.
gain
I don't
2
think
yards, third and
field goal
13
would be much
for
of an
the
option
Indians.
tonight as, as wins everything.
Here's that timeout, Keith. Coach Muschamp came out and talked to the linemen and the linebackers, and Coach Pat Smith gathered the secondary.
I saw that. I saw him sitting them over there to talk to him.
Here we go on third and 13 for the Indians, trailing by a touchdown inside the Tiger 20. Sartain looking to throw, dumps it out the flat, it's complete, and run out of bounds at about the 11-yard
Chandler's
line.
pass, complete to number 9, Chris Johnson.
Is Chris Johnson and
James
Ryan
White will make
Goodlow
the
and
tackle for the
J.R.
Tigers.
White run him out of bounds along the near side. So a big fourth down, and we'll call it 6 to go. They can get a first down at about the
A
5-yard line, ball at the 11.
Fourth
Good
and
job,
6
Coach Cody
for the
Gross,
Indians
moving the
from
pocket.
the
He
11-yard
took
line.
Sartain, rolled him out to the right, threw a little quick pass, a little pass to the big fullback, and at least got it manageable now. They've got about 6 yards, but they've got a shot at it. To get the ball to Demetrius Stewart, and they'll call timeout to talk about it one more time. 9:06 remaining in the first half. Deshler 7, Colbert County nothing. You're listening to Tiger football
Timeout,
on the Big
Indians.
Dog. Some updated scores for you. Florence leads 13-0 over Austin. Athens 7-0 over Brooks. St. Paul has extended their lead to nothing, and Muscle Shoals still leads 6-0 over Wilson. Here at CT Manley Stadium, Tigers up 7-0, and they've got all they want from this Colbert County Indian team as the Indians have traveled to the Deshler 11. They face a 4th and 6 at the Tiger 11. Full-half run. Evan Ferguson, Ilka Mills,
Out of the timeout, fourth down and 6 for the Indians from the 11-yard line.
Junior linebackers, and it's the ball in the secondary. High formation, single receiver to either side. Fans to their feet. Sartain gonna look to throw. He's got it out there. Off the receiver, down the stretch, headed at the goal line. Indians want an interference call. Good coverage by Ryan Goodlow, and the Tiger defense spins but does not break as a fourth down pass goes incomplete just off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Jalen Hampton. But deep in their own territory, 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, Ryan Goodlow and Jamel Morris on that, just trying to throw, split a guy as far right as he could, and then throw a little slant, a little post pattern, and try to get him on the inside of the defender, and we batted it away.
Here we go, out of the wing tee set, Gardner Summerhill behind Parker Wright. In motion comes Jonathan Bates. They'll give it to him around the right end. He turns it up, Jonathan Bates, and he'll have good positive yardage down over the 15 to the 16-yard line. Good gain of about 5 on first down for Deshler. It'll be
Number 2,
second down and
Jonathan Bates on the
5.
carry.
Ball at the 16-yard
Number 9,
line.
Chris
Good
Johnson
job. Let's
makes the
have
stop.
Jonathan Bates running to his right, but the whole time looking back to his left to see if the
Second down
hole
and
open.
5 for the
He saw the
Tigers
hole a little bit
from the
more
lane
up the middle and
16.
cut back real quick. You're a good fight.
Feeling keys in this ball game. The Tigers need to be up by 2 touchdowns at the half to keep this crowd out of this ball game, as they have filled up the home side. Wing tee set. They'll give to Bates this time around the left end. He turns it up. He's got a Tiger first down. But Jonathan Bates still on his feet out at the 24 near the 25-yard line.
Number
Good
2,
game.
Jonathan Bates on the
Jonathan
carry.
Bates, Coach Jared Hale spreading the wealth tonight.
Cameron Hicks makes
And
the
Bates
stop.
has
The
2
gain is
carries
good
and
for
gets the
Deshler
Tigers
first
out of
down.
the shadow of their own end zone out to the 25-yard line.
8-yard gain
It
of
still
2.
feels like,
First
as
and
Coach
10 for the
Muschamp said in
Tigers
the
from the
pregame, you're in a little
54.
bit of a sparring match here. Our offensive coaches sort of figuring out what their defensive coaches are doing or going to let us do and what plays we want to run.
5-man front now for the Indians. Tigers yet to attempt the pass. They'll give it to Summerhill. This time to Anthony Summerhill pushes his way off the 30 to the 31-yard line. Good hard running
Anthony
by
Summerhill on the
Summerhill
carry.
for the Deshler Tigers.
Jalen Hampton will make the tackle for the Indians.
And that is DeAnthony's carry of the night for yards.
7-yard gain of the play.
Second down.
Second down and 7 for the Tigers.
Austin Sullivan checking in the game for Deshler. Micah Crump, Ben Norwood, Jason Zack, Matt Blazer, Chris May, Rashad Thompson. That's your front for the Tigers. Wing T7 in motion, comes Bates. They'll give to Gardner on the left side. He's pushing forward, but just not much going in the middle so far tonight. He gets a couple of yards, making third down and 2 now for the Deshler Tigers. Third and 2 again, and the last time we cut it up the middle and ran into a wall of flag. Let's see what Coach Garrett Ham's getting.
Third down and 2 for the Tigers.
Run the sweep or something with the ante. As I say, he's really hard to stop for less than 4 or 5 yards every time.
Here we go. Indians trying to get the crowd behind them on third down and 2. It's Summerhill and Gardner. Summerhill setting down a wing. He comes in motion. They'll give it to him around the right side. Turns it back up, and he'll get the first down. Good, hard running, as you said, Keith. Summerhill around the right end, and he gets 4 when he needs 3. And it's first and 10 Deshler, and a huge first down.
He's going to find a way. You know, that time he cut up inside of one of the linebackers and then turned it back on. He just has that knack of finding that 1 more yard than you need for the first down.
Really having a great senior year at Summerhill at that tailback spot. Really a great running game all around for the Deshler Tigers. Have not attempted a pass tonight as Parker Wright. Here comes Will Miner in motion now from a wingback set. Fumble around. It looks like
There's a fumble at the play.
And I believe the Indians will have it first and 10. The Tigers' first turnover of the night. Wright never got it from the center. And let's wait and see. Somehow or another, Deshler falls on an unbelievable. We'll get Tim Valentine down there to find out who fell on that football and give us a call. But a miracle right there. It was 4 black shirts around the football. It looked like it had to be recovered by Coffee County. Who came out with it, we'll find out in just a second. Second down 10. Jay Gardner somehow gets back on the football. Unbelievable there. Second 10. They'll give to Summerhill around the left side, trying to bring it outside on a penalty play.
Anthony Summerhill will be tackled by number 7, Lenoris Willingham.
After a couple of big first downs, 5:49 to go. First half, 7-0. Tigers on top, and they will be whistled. Holding call against Deshler.
Holding is the call against Deshler.
Jimmy, you look back on the fumble recovery right there, you know, in the 2 or 3 plays that we big every game that means how much that would have given them the ball inside the 40 with under 6 minutes to go if they go down and touch it in.
Al Gardner got back on that. Second down 20. After the walk-off of holding, and now the Tigers may have to go in the air behind the arm of capable quarterback, senior Parker Wright. Has not been hit tonight. He's the only man on the field still has a white jersey. So, Blue split out to the left side. Double wing set, Bates in motion, and here we go again.
There's a flag in the play.
It's discombobulated now offensively on the Tigers all of a sudden. Let's see what the call is. Illegal procedure against Deshler. The Tigers pointing toward the Indians saying that they were in a snap count.
Well, that's what I was noticing. Ben Norwood got that by the referee and said something and pointed over there.
Calling the snap.
Yards to go for
So
Deshler.
second down 25 now for the Tigers. Way back all the way to the 22-yard line. Got to get to the 47 for a first down. So 25 to go. 5:25 left in the half. Deshler only a touchdown ahead of a tough Colbert County team. Austin Sullivan now split out to the left side for Deshler. Baloo at the wing. He'll come in motion. They'll hand it to him around the right side on the penalty play. Once again, this is official on the near side. 3 straight calls he's had. And somebody not set for the Tigers. And my, oh my, this is a drive that they'll want to forget about. We're going the wrong way. Started at the 11, and we backed ourselves, moved out to the 37-yard line, and we backed ourselves up to the 17 on our own.
Second down and 30 yards to go for Deshler from their own 17-yard line.
7-0. Tigers on top with 5 minutes to go. Huge chunk of yardage, 30 yards for a first down. Baloo out to the left side, just throw it up for him. Willingham on in coverage. Parker Wright going to roll out. Looking. He got it rolled out.
Yeah, another punt. Oh, yeah, great job, Rob. Just getting it back, man.
gain of interception. Down and 10 for Deshler from the 37-yard line.
And I'm going away from him, too. A much tougher kick with your right hand on top. Third and 9 now. Ryan going to look at the field. He got the long here. Managed short of Gardner Blue.
Okay, right pass in front for Dion
just
Blue.
overthrew him, and the Tigers will have to punt it away. It's basically 4th and 9 at their own 37-yard line, but still, incredible job to get it out from their own 17. Yeah, one of those plays, though, actually probably looked more open from up here than he was down there because they had a guy, Dion went down behind the first guy in front of the second, but the way Parker's looking, he's still got to contend with that first guy, get it up over him.
Caleb Henry lines up in punt
Caleb Henry on the punt. He'll stand at his own 25-yard line. So only 4 minutes to go in the first half. Colbert County step for step with the Tigers. Short and we have a penalty now. Roughing the kicker may be a call. If Parker predictions that would be, Jay Gardner clapping his hands fiercely together. He thinks that's the call. See, if he wouldn't call it, running into, I think there's 2. That's running into the kicker, I think. Running into the kicker, I'm going to have 5 yards. Right. Mark off. So he is only going to finish on 5 yards, which that draws the ire of the Tiger people. My eyes had already getting to it. I wouldn't see how far. Look back and Caleb was on the ground and all the other guys around him making sure he was okay, and it clapped at 3 Indians bearing down on this since we didn't get off too long of a punt, though. I believe we're going to punt it again instead of giving it to them on a short punt. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to take the penalty and punt it again. It's declined. So when it is first down, we suggest let them have the football. We ran us out, then ran us back. So instant call by Coach John Mothershed to decline that 5-yard penalty with a chance for a red kick, but the line got pretty close. Yeah, they got pretty close to blocking that line. The Indians will have the ball first and 10 from their own 37-yard line with 3:58 to go in the first half. A penalty-plagued and fumble-plagued football game by both teams. And really a 57-yard run by Dion Blue to open the game, and that's about it offensively, other than a big pass play from Sartain to Willingham. Single setback this time, 2 receivers out to the right for Sartain. He's going out with a huge rush to throw it up for Graham, and luckily that is not intercepted. He just threw it up for Graham. Big Chris May bearing down on Taylor Sartain. Yeah, Chris May coming, giving a lot of pressure tonight. Almost on every play, he seems to be in their backfield, and he's the one that's causing the quarterback to have to get rid of the ball so quick. Stop the clock also. If we can hold here, Tigers may have one more shot to get the ball. We get the
second and 10 for the Indians from the 37.
Indians at their own 37-yard line. High formation, still twin receivers to the right for the Indians. They've seen something they like, throwing the football. This time going to pitch it back to Stewart. He got the running runner on the left side to get away with a hold. And Stewart will take it for 5 yards over the 40 to the 41-yard line, but they just grabbed J.R. White and just pulled him to the ground. Third down, 6 to go for Colbert County. Ball at their own 41. Yeah, big defensive stand here for Deshler. If we can hold them, get the ball back, we have one last shot to try to punch it in right before half. So big play right here. Big play defensively for Deshler. Evan Ferguson, Chris May, Hilton Mills, Matt Blazer. That's your front 4, and then Span, Boston, J.R. White, and Charles Jackson, Jamel Morris, Dion Blue, Ryan Goodlow. Morris draws single cover, John Willingham. They may just try to throw it up to him. Here comes the motion man to the right. They'll give it to Stewart. He's got him on the first down. Dion Blue has him.
Stewart on the carry. He'll be tackled by number 26, Dion Blue. The gain is good for a ball, but Betty, touchdown!
First down for the Indians. Ball at the 47-yard line of Deshler. 3 minutes to go. Yeah, right there by Stewart. He is quick now. If you let him get out down the other one, he's exactly what we were worried about, folks. A sloppy game on a sloppy field, and the CT Manley stands are full, and they're into this ball game. First and 10. Pitch to Stewart. Evan Ferguson's there. He slips away from him and managed to gain about 3
pretty hard at first. He looked to have him in the backfield, but the slippery Stewart got away, and he'll take it inside the 45 to the 44-yard line, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, big drive right here. Like I said, we need to shut them down, at least keep them out of the end zone since we do get the ball to start.
J.R. White, Ryan Goodlow on the stop for the Tigers.
The 3-yard gain of the play. 2nd and 7 for the Tribe from the 44-yard
A
line.
good drive by Colbert County. Already one first down. They're getting some positive yardage inside Deshler territory. Indian prediction coming to life in front of our eyes. I said behind Sartain. He'll take fake to Stewart. Trying to launch it deep. Got Stewart out there. Just batted away. We had him open and somehow J.R. White and Dylan Thompson got a hand on it and batted it away at about the 35-yard line. And the first thing I'm noticing on Sartain, not to, the Hawks still got a lot of strength to gain.
After
He's
the
just a freshman, but he throws a pretty ball and it's accurate ball.
Yeah, especially like I said, it's so hard for us to tell up here how really wet. I mean, we can see what the field can turn into a quagmire, but it's hard for us to tell how slippery the ball is.
Big play, folks. 2 minutes left in the first half. 3rd and 6. Ball at the Tiger 44. Give it to your playmaker Stewart, and he pushes forward before he's pushed back at the 42. So only a couple of yard gain, and most likely Coach Cody Gross will elect to punt it away, facing 4th and 4
Will be tackled by number 10,
from the
Ryan
Tiger
Goodrow.
43-yard line. I'm sure does not want to take any chances here. Give Deshler great field position inside a minute and a half left in the ball game.
He'll use as much clock as he can right here. They're just now starting a 25-second clock with an extra
Down to about a minute.
Yeah. They'll want to just make sure they get it off. I'd kick it straight out of bounds. I wouldn't give Dion.
When it ain't close, the field is conditioned. And Coach John Lewis said wants a timeout as Tigers late shifting, and he's asked the timeout at least 5 times before he was granted it. He finally got the timeout, and he's having a little to say to the official on it. He had to go out actually all the way onto the field and lean over his shoulder before the guy finally. Now, 4th and 4, the Tigers did not react to the shift that time. They had 3 players split out to the left side, and we had only 1 man on them. And we've already been burned on that big time against Russell in the 3rd quarter of the opening game, so don't need that to happen again. 1:14 to go, 7-0. What's your assessment of the ball game?
I think you summed it up real good a minute ago. You know, you've got we talked when we first came on there, you got a really wet field, a soggy field. We asked the coaches early on, they said it was just soaking wet out there. We've seen a lot of fumbled snaps, some on both sides, and both teams just trying to see what they can establish, on this tough field and these tough playing conditions. And so far, there's really no offense production. I've got Deshler with 2 first downs, and Colbert County with just 2 first downs. So not much offense except like you said, the long pass, the long run by Dion and the long pass. Yeah, Colbert County. 4th down now. We've got a new score called in, 8-0 Brooks actually over Athens, so we called that must have been inaccurate the first time at 7-0. We got another call, 8-0 Brooks over Athens. 4th down to punt is Mercier. He'll stand inside his 45-yard line now. He's looking to fake it. He's going to run with it, and he'll have the first down and more. He's down to the 45-yard line. The game is good, buddy. Touchdown. The kick to run it.
48, Evan Ferguson makes the
for 20
stop.
yards, and the Indians with a fake punt with a minute left in the first half, having inside the Tiger 47-yard line.
That's what people listed on the radio. He's been taking it every time and running 3 or 4
First
steps
and 10
forward,
from
but he was just going to
27-yard
do it
line.
to get a rolling kick.
Here we go, the high formation. Open down the middle.
On the plane.
I think it was a rough pass.
Personal foul, roughing the passer against Deshler.
Touchdown, on a 27-yard strike.
Away from tying this football game is Lenore Willingham had to run a mile for the football
Tackle
that
to the
wide
top,
open. I mean, there was
20 yards.
nobody within 20 yards of him, folks. Here we go. The low snap. Stewart has it down. The kick is blocked
The extra
by
point is no good.
and the
There were 50
Tigers now
seconds remaining in the first half. Here you go. The Colbert County Indians 6, Deshler Tigers 7.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, it also takes a lot of depth issue out of play. Yeah, once you get in late in the middle of the third quarter, and you're right there on the far side, you could.
A look at the Indian scoring drive. The drive went 63 yards and 9 plays. And took 3 minutes, 8 seconds off the clock. The drive was capped off with a 27-yard touchdown pass from Daniel Sartain to Lenore Willingham.
Right before the half, Deshler will get the ball again the third quarter, and I'm sure after a stern talking to Coach John Moses, he'll be in the dressing room at the halftime. Yeah. But Gardner 5 carries for 9 yards, Summerhill 3 carries for only 16 yards, and then the one run by Dion Ballou, he got 2 carries for 62 yards. So not a whole lot of offense. Wright is 1 for 2 for 21 yards, with Norwood making the great catch. And here comes the assessment of the penalty, folks. The Colbert County will get the kick. Probably a side kick here now. They already faked the punt and made it work.
Flipping the passer was the call against the Tigers on the touchdown. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
They've led to the only points of the game, and then the only other drive of the football game is as Colbert County was down inside the 11-yard line of Deshler earlier in the ball game before the Tigers kneel. But it's been a passing of Caleb Sartain for Colbert County. He's attempted, who would have thought this, folks, 9 passes for 37 yards. He's 3 for 9 for 37 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think both teams,
77 yards.
I don't know who calls the timeout, but I think obviously Deshler realized the fact that they may go for the onside kick, and I think Colbert County likewise kicking off from Deshler's 45. It's got to go 10 yards anyway, so they really have nothing to lose. The ball's going to, they're going to start rifling far around the 30 to 35 yard line. So even if we cover it, they figure they've got as good a chance. We would probably run it out that far.
Yeah, Deshler needs this football game, folks. They need a game like this, a tight game where some folks will buckle up and hit you, and they've got the speed that you have. They can run with you. So a good battle here from C.T. Manley Stadium by game, Colbert County team. And we said coming in, Keith, it's tailor-made for an upset because nobody thought Colbert County could win. They have won the last 2 games and overtime last week, so they've got that confidence building, and we're coming to their place.
Yeah, I heard you tell several people that as we were getting here. And I don't believe they wanted to listen to you. So they were either asking or they didn't believe you. So let them believe you now.
Coach John Moses believes that onside kick is what the ball's laying down. Yeah. Let's see what he elects to do with it. He'll kick it wobbly, fielded by Gardner, and he goes down to the 25-yard line. Good job, Jay Gardner, getting that ball about a foot off the ground, and good sure hands. And the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line with 50 seconds remaining in the first half.
A little different.
The Tigers take over, first down and 10 from the 25.
Instead of like kicking the top of it or something, and he just tried to kick a squib-it kick. But Jay Gardner did a good job coming up, just catching it and following straight to the
1st and 10. Let's see. Dion Ballou in the Wildcat formation out of the shotgun. Snap it to him. He's going to run it around the right end. Turn it upfield. Ballou. He'll have about 5 still on his feet out to the 32-yard line. And with getting the ball back to begin the third quarter, you may see Deshler go conservative here.
Yeah, well, I think what we're trying to do there is just get a couple plays off the ball and Dion's hand, knowing if he could make the corner, he could make up that yardage quick.
Second and 3 for the Tigers.
Folks, just looking ahead a little bit, if Brooks can hold Athens out of the end zone, that defense, that is incredible so far in that ball game. 2nd down, 4 to go. Ballou again, this time around the left end. He got a hold. Dion Ballou at the 40. Dion Ballou outside to the 43-yard line.
He'll be tackled by number 23, Ryan Arthur.
42-yard line with only 5 seconds remaining in the first half.
We're going to run one more call timeout and run one more play.
Timeout, Deshler we'll take a quick
Deshler.
timeout as well. Come back to the last play of the first half with Deshler 7, Colbert County 6. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog. Back in 30 seconds. Welcome back. I want to say a big Tiger hello to my good friend Larry Green and Dexter Tiger, sponsor of the greatest degree. Very rare when Larry Green can't make it to the game, but he's not feeling well. I want to wish you all the best there, buddy. I appreciate all your help. Larry Green, Century 21 Clement Realty. Give it Dion Blue on the last play of the first half. He makes one miss. He can't make the second miss.
Dion Blue on the carry. He'll be tackled by Demetrius Stewart. That is the end of the first half. With your score, Colbert County Indians